All right, so I'll go ahead and share screen. Hopefully it's the right screen. As always, feel free to jump in and ask questions and unmute yourself, or if you would like to share anecdotes, I am certainly open to that as well. Let's get this going here. Now, as always, just to remind you, as the host, I can only see 4 of you at any given time. So if you're frantically trying to wave at me, I probably can't see you. So just do the best you can to unmute yourself quickly if you have questions or content, and just get my attention. Okay, so let's chat. How do we embrace video in our real estate business world? First of all, let's talk a little bit about why video is going to be so important to you. Before reading any text, 60% of site visitors, website visitors, will typically watch a video if one is available. And what's more important is that viewers actually retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video, compared to 10% when reading it in a text. And I like to try to bring this to your level and describe. So when we are, let's say, trying to build an IKEA piece of furniture, do the instructions make more sense to you? Or do you hop on YouTube and look to see a video of somebody else doing it so you can figure the darn thing out, right? Who's had experience with IKEA furniture? Or any kind of DIY kind of thing. A lot of times people are looking for the videos that show them how to do it versus trying to read the instructions and decipher how to do it. Same kind of thing happens a lot of times with really anything that I'm trying to do research on. Reading it sometimes is a lot harder to retain and remember the steps than it is to watch somebody do it, to pause the video, catch up with them, continue it on again. Online videos are actually going to make up more than 80% of all consumer internet traffic. It just continues to grow and grow and grow. Facebook videos especially receive 135% more organic reach on average than a Facebook photo does. This has kind of been happening over the course of time, where initially with Facebook and social media, it was all mostly text. And then after a while, when you could put photos and stuff on it, that would be what the algorithm preferred, and that would be what would be delivered more likely to your audience. And now videos are the highest of the hierarchy when it comes to being able to be served to the audience, which is why it gets more of an organic reach than anything else. Now, here's one that I know you guys can relate to. 33% of viewers will stop watching a video after 30 seconds, 45% by 1 minute, and 60% definitely by 2 minutes. Now, y'all know this, right? We're going through our Facebook feed and you see a video that pops up and you give it some time, right? But how many of you are done before 30 seconds? Even if you haven't hit the content yet, right? Slight show of hands, I'm seeing some nods just from my 4 people. Yeah, it's like, okay, I gave you the few seconds of my life that I felt was worth it. And if you didn't capture my attention and it wasn't interesting enough, I'm not sticking with it. But here's another thing. Some of these videos have the ad that comes just at the moment in the video where things are starting to get interesting. Have you seen these videos? You start to watch something and all of a sudden there's an ad right there. And I know for myself when I'm watching those videos, if I stuck with it long enough, at least to get that, the rest of the video will follow after this ad. I'm literally having a conversation with myself, was it interesting enough for me to have to watch this? And usually the answer is no, I'm moving on. So what that really tells us is that the videos have to be striking, it has to be interesting, and it has to be fast. Really fast. You have to get to the point quickly or else you're going to lose your audience. So all of these people who are doing these languishing long videos on subjects, you are losing your audience and nobody is paying any attention. So you have to have a hook. Okay. Now, videos make people extremely uncomfortable. How many of y'all in this room are so excited about doing videos and putting your face out there? And yeah, oh yeah, I said yeah. No, everybody hates it. Everybody hates it. But what's really important is that you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it's something that we say just in real estate in general, because everything feels so uncomfortable. All the prospecting and the talking to people and the phone calls and the face-to-face. I mean, videos is just another thing. You've got to do it because your comfort zone is small. Okay, what we like to do is this big, but where the magic happens is when you get outside of what your comfort level is, and get to where other comfort levels are, other people's interests are. And I hate to tell you, people would much rather watch you and talk, like hear you talking to them, than to read your articles, which you feel comfortable with, or read your posts, which you feel comfortable with. They'd rather see. Okay. So here are some of the different ways that you could consider incorporating videos into your real estate world. Lead response. Let's talk about that. What is lead response? That is when a cold lead or any lead comes into you, that you take that opportunity to do a video back to them to connect. For the people who are new on this call, this happened to you when you guys came on board. Your coach at the time, when you came into Accelerate, would have sent you a video basically introducing themselves and giving you some basic expectations. So when that happens and you get a video response like that, how does it make you feel?
Bill.
What? What did she say?
Is it not Bill?
Not Bill. No. Bill was not on the video train. He needs this class. Yeah. So for the rest of you, for a lot of you, and you know, for those of you on the call who are vet agents and have no idea what I'm talking about, a video pops up and basically introduces ourselves. So when you feel like that, and when you get something like that, it's helpful because you have a face-to-face connection with that person. There is a little bit of a trust foundation that's already starting to happen, because you can put a face to the name and you can listen to the person and you see how they talk and you see how they act. So when you want to use it is going to be when you're not able to answer the phone or call back right away. These leads that are coming in have zero attachment to you, none. Okay, they may just be like calling agent after agent, just trying to get information, and they're, you know, got this Zillow form done and this one done, and they're just like leaving messages with all kinds of agents. You have a way of kind of really sticking with them if you can't answer the phone or call back. Or so you missed the call and you got the voicemail and you call back and then you don't get a response. That happens all the time. In that moment, that person tried to call you and they were all psyched up to talk to a real estate agent and you didn't answer. Now they're either moving on and looking for another agent, or they've talked themselves out of it now. You know, so by the time Larry or Gabby calls them back, they're like, I'm just not going to answer that. I'm going to let that go to voicemail. Okay. So the videos help with that. If you can, personalize them. If you're in a position where maybe it's not a good time to answer the phone call of a lead or a number that you don't recognize, but you have enough time to whip together a quick video, great, you can do that. So I could say, hi, Kira, I received your inquiry on 123 Main Street. I'll be out of my meeting in 15 minutes. When is a good time to touch base with you so that I can answer any questions you may have? Super personal, and it goes to that person and they're like, oh, okay, that was really cool. Okay. Or something like, hey, Kira, thanks for reaching out. I just got to an appointment, but could connect with you at 2 o'clock. Does that work for you? So these would maybe be leads that you've established and you know the person's name and you can be super direct like that. I always really like to have some pre-created videos because, you know, sometimes I'm in the freaking grocery store, right? And so it's not a good time to do a video right then and there with like, you know, the hair or whatever, and I'm in my gym clothes, but I'm also like not in a position to have a business conversation because like, I don't want to be that person standing in the aisle talking on the phone, you know, wasting everybody's space. So have some pre-created videos that you can use when you're not able to create them on the fly. So in that case, you don't say, hi, Kira, you would just say, thank you so much for reaching out. I'm unavailable for the next 20 minutes, but I will be calling you right back. Let me know when is a good time to reach you for your question. I mean, whatever you want to say, and just have a couple of those that you can pick from. Now, you have the ability on your phones to create albums in your photo section. And one of my albums is what I call work videos. So if you create an album for work videos, you can have all of these different types of videos we're going to talk about stored in them. So you can very quickly find it, pinpoint it, send it to the person. Okay, and these are like 5-second videos, not long. Okay, so that's really helpful with lead response. You can also come up with videos for prospecting. You know, we're forever talking to you guys about how you have to engage with your sphere of influence and you have to constantly be in contact with them in various ways. Video messaging is so helpful with that. Again, the idea of taking the online offline. So if you're seeing something on social media that's talking about a special moment that a person is having, send a video message to congratulate them instead of posting a congratulations. It's much more personal that way if you can't actually be person to person, to be face to face, at least in that method. Okay. Do that for Facebook. I love doing birthday videos for people. In fact, I'm going to give myself away a little bit. I have created a work video birthday video that I do. And every time it's somebody's birthday, and I haven't done one this year, but I need to, when it's somebody's birthday, that's the video that I send. So I don't necessarily have to do this a birthday video for every single person all throughout the year. The people who I know really well, of course, they would get a personalized one. You know, for other prospects and leads and those kinds of things, they get that same video every single time. Okay. And then I change it up for the season. You know, so they appreciate that more. It's differentiating. Another video opportunity would be your home anniversary videos. So as you're approaching the year mark for somebody's home purchase, you do a video. Hey, Frank and Jen, I can't believe it's been a year since you moved into your new home. Let me know when I can stop by. I would love to see you guys and check out the new patio that you put in. Hyper personal, okay? And then you can send that to them. But this is also really useful for event invitations. Things like your client appreciation parties can be done in a video. Real estate seminars, neighbor-only open houses, and public open houses can all be done in videos. So when I say to you guys like embracing video, you're probably thinking like this big production kind of thing, but a lot of this stuff is like 5 seconds or less, just little, or 10 seconds or less, little videos that you're sending to people for yourselves. I will say also that back a little bit to the lead response video concept, there are times where I will even do videos when I'm like having coaching sessions with my agents if they need help with something. Sometimes it's easier for me to put the video on and just talk it through. And I have been told that for those like more complicated things, it's actually easier for them to understand what I'm asking them to do if they see me talking to them about it, if that makes sense. So I want you to think about that too with your clients, that sometimes in certain situations, just do a video of yourself talking your clients through something or about something, because it's actually going to be easier for them to retain it and to understand it for some reason if they can see your face and hear your voice. Okay, just a thought. Okay, so other types of videos for ongoing communication. When you guys are taking your buyers out on showings, do a video to confirm appointments. It could be like, hey guys, I'm all set for Friday morning's showings. We're going to be starting at 123 Main Street, and then I plan to go hit up, you know, Orchard and Oak. So I can't wait to see you guys. Make sure that you're there sharply at 9 a.m. I'll bring muffins, you know, like whatever. So then it's a video confirming appointments, and they're going to be excited about that and feeling connected. You can also use video to thank your clients after your appointments. Okay, so it can be something like, thank you so much for spending this time with me, or thank you so much for the listing appointment. It was wonderful to see you. Your home is beautiful. I can't wait to work with you. I'll see you, you know, next Saturday or whenever you're planning to get back with them again. Okay, it's deeply personal. And also to communicate positive updates or good news. That is amazing. I mean, just think, so much of what we're doing with real estate and with our clients and stuff is remote. A lot of it is phone calls. It's a lot of texting. They're doing e-signatures now. There's very little like connection opportunity face to face and body to body. So use those opportunities to get like actual FaceTime for especially those exciting moments. So like when their offer gets accepted, it shouldn't just be a text like, yay, you won. You know what I mean? Like a video would be awesome to fill in. Trina, I'm so excited to share that your offer just got accepted. Give me a call when you get a chance so we can talk about your next steps. I'm so happy for you. I know this was a ride. You know, here we go. We're in. Okay. And it's different. It makes a difference. Now, I'm sure that some of you on the call are like, oh my gosh, me doing videos, ridiculous. Nobody would ever believe, like, that's not my style. That's not my jam, right? The thing of it is that that's you telling you that. Your clients and the people that you're working with don't know any different anyway. And, you know, because they're kind of working with you and they know who you are regardless, they wouldn't view it that way. They wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, Gabby doesn't do videos. Like, I can't believe she sent me this video. How the heck do they know what you do and what you don't do to begin with, right? So it's just about the appreciation factor. They're not analyzing whether or not they would have expected this from you. All that they're thinking of is like, that was really nice. You know, I understand things so much better, or that was a really cool thing that he or she did. You know, so kind of, you have to get a lot of that, like making stuff up about yourself to yourself out of your head. Okay. So another thing where video is actually more helpful and something I really love, I did do a video like this back in, I want to say September of 2020 as an example for the new agents that I coach, but is monthly market updates. I know, and I see a lot of agents will post graphics that show like what the market is doing. They may even make posts about what the market is doing and talk about the stats and the absorption rates and stuff. But when you are a consumer, do you honestly believe anybody knows what that means? Any of it? List to sale price rate? No, of course not. List to sale price ratio, days on market, you know, whatever, all of those different things. I mean, in some cases, it's a little bit like self-explanatory, but the missing piece is how it applies to them. Okay, so, oh, yay, great, the days on market is 4, whoop-de-doo, you know, but it doesn't, they don't really see how to put those statistics like in play and practice for them. So I did a video just to kind of show what that was like. Say them, talk about them. Guys, the list to sale price ratio right now is 100%. And just a couple of months ago, we were seeing, or I'm sorry, a couple of years ago, we were more at like 95. So what does that mean for you sellers? If the average is 100, that means that the possibility exists that it could even be like 110 with some of these offers that are coming in. Like, get them excited about the stats and help them to understand what that means, you know, and also for buyers. Buyers, that means it's really unlikely you're going to be able to come in low and get any kind of traction on that. You know, you have to make sure that you're coming in strong so you can stay in touch with what everybody else is doing. Put it into language that they can understand, because otherwise list to sale price ratio means nothing to anybody. Okay, just us. And we have to remember that when we get into our real estate minds and we are real estate agents, we understand all that stuff and completely forget what it was like before, right? And we start using real estate language at people. Nobody likes it. Okay, so we can say, hey, we just got the stats for this market area, give the stats, explain what it means, and then you can send those things through email. You can post them on social media along with your video, put the information in the clients. It really shows that not only are you a local real estate expert, but that you really get it and that you understand it and that you're willing to share that information with people. It differentiates you from all the other real estate professionals who are being uncomfortable with video and refuse to do it and just continue to post the stats and the graphics. Okay, just a thought. I'm a huge fan of the monthly stats updates personally, because I think that kind of stuff has to be broken down for people. And it gives you a good reason to have like a once a month feature, honestly. All right, client testimonials. Now, this is not only do you have to get over yourself with your videos, but now you have to convince your clients to also get over themselves with the videos too. But for clients who are willing to do it, it is so incredibly impactful to other potential clients that you're going to be working with and to like your branding and your marketing opportunities. So if you can get your clients to do a video explaining what it was like to work with you, that would be so, so awesome. Now, don't kind of let them ramble on. You need to give them direction so that they're speaking to one specific thing and so that it's also really quick and direct. So have them record a selfie video, or if maybe you're doing some kind of client appreciation party, you can set up like a video station or something and ask people to say something nice about you for the recording, whatever. But ask them to answer specific questions. Maybe something like, why did you hire me to represent your home sale or purchase? And have it just be that. What did I do to help that best helped you with your home sale or search? Would you recommend my business to your friends and why? Describe your experience working with me in one word, and then maybe have them continue on that particular topic. So videos like that can be used not only for social media marketing, where you can keep recycling it over and over, but you can also embed that onto your agent website. So you can have a testimonials area where people can click and watch and listen. You can show those things at listing appointments, okay? Or you can also use them during your buyer consultations. So it doesn't necessarily, it's more than just a review. It's like a branding marketing thing, okay? Any questions about that? Has anybody done one of these? No? I have a client in the West York, an agent in the West York office whose client was like this really old guy who was just like gruff and scruff. And I was like, there's no way that she's ever going to get this guy to do a video on his experience with her. And I kid you not, he did. And it was a great video. And she's got it posted on her Facebook. And I was like, good for you. But he did it. And so that's one of the ones she keeps recycling. Nicole Bensel, if you ever want to go check out her Facebook and see if you can find it, it's hilarious. Yeah, you can get anybody, you can convince anyone. So you're also going to want to use videos to help show that you are local. I think, to me, especially as a newer agent, but just as an agent in general, there's something about doing the videos that just inherently convinces your audience that you're a good real estate agent and you know stuff. I don't know what it is. So part of that is not only explaining the stats and those kinds of things, but also to show that you are a local involved agent. So you can highlight local businesses. I think Africa Degler in the Shippensburg office does a lot of videos highlighting local businesses and restaurants and those kinds of things. It helps you build connections in your market area, but it also expands your reach. Because if you do the video, post it on social media and tag the business, then the business will get notified that you tagged them. They may also share that on their Facebook pages. And so now you're reaching their whole audience as well. So it's a really great way to do what I like to call cross-posting, so that you guys are both kind of like sharing each other's sphere of influences and Facebook audiences in doing so. Okay, so that could also be like a once a month or a once a week kind of feature. If you are heavy into the community and doing volunteer work or community events or fundraising or like any of those kinds of things, take live footage from wherever you are. And again, this does not have to necessarily be real estate related. You're just in the community. So if you're attending a parade or you're doing some other kind of thing, just take some live footage and say, hey guys, I'm here at this event today. Anybody else out here today? Would love to run into you. You know, here's what we're doing, whatever. And it doesn't have to be long, but it shows that you're out there in the community. Also, if your audience is like hyper specific, let's say that your niche market is a very specific school district or that you're really heavy into a specific neighborhood, then you may want to also do videos on the neighborhood updates, things about the community yard sale or block parties or things like that that can all be done in video. Okay. Excuse me. Long day of talking. So what kinds of video tools can you use to accomplish some of these videos that you're trying to do? There are a whole bunch of like video apps that you can use. And that's fine. You can certainly use any one of those apps. I'm not sure if they're going to be in the next couple slides or not, but I'm really just a fan of being super casual and just doing it right where you are with what you have and not getting overstressed about doing like a certain kind of thing or having to do the branding or stuff like that. When you're in the moment, just do it. So Facebook Live. Ooh, so scary for a lot of people. Who in here has ever done a Facebook Live? Ever? Anyway, if you have, you'll have to unmute because my 4 people are all saying no. Okay. So that doesn't surprise me. Facebook Live is terrifying to most people. If I had to ask you, what is it about Facebook Live that turns you off so much that you've never done it? What would you say it was? We'll get a little feedback. Why not the Facebook Live? What's the fear?
I hear myself talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, you hear yourself talking. Yes, Larry, I couldn't.
No editing.
I hate that.
No editing. That's right. A lot of people are like, oh my God, I'm going to say something really stupid and I'm not going to be able to edit it out. Go ahead, Larry.
What, you get a question you can't answer?
Yeah, you got a question.
Tell me.
Looking stupid. Don't know what I'm talking about. All those kinds of things. And that's all the fear stuff talking. Absolutely the fear stuff talking. Most people prefer to do a scripted video and you'll do them like 20 times, right? Take the video. Oh, I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I sounded. I said too many times. I like hesitated for 2 seconds and I'm like hyper focused on it. And everybody's going to know that I messed up and I didn't know. So you take it again and again and again. And the problem with that though, is that it becomes so filtered that it has lost all the sense of you. right? So some of the things that I love about Facebook Live is that that is legitimately you. And if you were standing in front of the person, you would likely be saying the same stupid thing, or not being able to answer the question, or hearing yourself talk, and all of that stuff. So it's really actually a great way to grab the attention of your followers and to connect with them instantly and engage with them. When you do go live, especially if you're doing it on your business page, your followers receive a notification that you're live, and that if they want to watch, they can click on it and go straight to your video and watch you say whatever it is you want to say. What I like about the live, though, is that it does actually help you gauge how your broadcast is going. You can see how many people are tuning into you at any given time. It has like a little eyeball thing, and it will show you how many people are viewing. When people make comments or they hit the reactions buttons, it flies up in your face, so you can see that and you can react to it as it's happening versus after the fact. So depending on the content, Facebook Live may be the better choice for you so that you can have that instant interaction versus just answering the comments below afterwards. So if you were going to try to do a live, the way you would do that in Facebook is just the same way as you would do a regular post. You click into where you would write a post, and you'd have the option of changing it to go live. Okay. It will count you down. You get a 3, 2, 1, go, and that's it. You're rolling. So I would like to remind you all at this time that we already know what you look like, and we already know what you sound like, and that's only a surprise to yourself. I hate to tell you that. You are who you are, you look like what you look like, you sound like what you sound like. It's not a surprise to anybody who's hearing you, it's only a surprise to yourself. And by the way, if you're that shocking to look at, you should probably give people the heads up anyway, right? So you don't want to like come in after and be like, oh my God, you look like that. Better tell them ahead of time. So anyways, the power in the Facebook Live, however, is in the replay. So please do not get all frustrated and flustered if like one person is watching, 0 people are watching, and do not, for the love of God, wait for people to show up, okay? Because it is recording, basically. So anybody who wants to go watch it afterwards is just seeing you sitting there like, I'm just waiting for people to show up, like for 5 minutes before you actually get to any kind of content. So you hit 3, 2, 1. You start doing whatever you want to do. Whoever's watching is watching, whoever isn't. Then when you're done, it's going to ask you if you want to post it. And then it basically becomes another video, just a regular video on your page so that people can go back and watch it again or later. Any questions about Facebook Live? Okay. Instagram Live, basically the exact same thing. You can let your followers know when you're going to go live ahead of time and why they should tune in. So you can make some posts about that ahead of time. And then just like you would do with Facebook, you open the Instagram app on your phone, not something you can do on your desktop. And there is a menu button for you to switch to live. Same thing again, get the countdown, you're rolling. Okay. TikTok. Do we have any brave TikTok users in the room? Yeah, Larry. Lion. TikTok. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is new.
I've been using them all.
What? You're going to use them all?
I have.
Oh, you have? You have done a TikTok then?
And Instagram, YouTube, you name it.
I want to see your TikTok video.
No, you don't want to see the last one.
No, I probably no, but one of them would be cute to see.
Oh, it would be fun. You probably laughed and then you want to post it on. That's why I said I have to go.
Oh, that's the one I don't want. Okay, I'm looking for it.
I was doing the dance, victory dance.
See, even Larry is TikToking. TikTok is really fun. It's actually a really good way for you to like, I know it seems like you're like, oh my gosh, it's so stupid. It's what the young people are doing. But to be honest with you, what I love about TikTok is that I can use it to piece video clips together so that, or like photo clips together so that I can do like, I don't know. Have you ever watched one of those like videos where it seems like there's like a break, there's like a stop, where they'll be like talking about something and then they move one direction and then it turns back up again and now they're facing over here. Like that's what I mean by that. Like you can edit out and cut out where you messed up piece it back together, or you can jump from like room to room or whatever without actually walking through it. So it would be awesome, especially for like open house walkthroughs, where like 1 second you're in the kitchen and then the next second you're in the dining room and you're not doing the whole, you know, walkie.
You're saying though to use the TikTok program itself.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I would create a video in the TikTok app after I had already done like my video clips. So you can edit them, you can shorten them, you can take the pieces of them and put, so I can do like 6 different video clips, put them all one back and, you know, one in front of the other, make them shorter, make them longer, whatever I need to do, apply music to it. I can apply subtitling to it. I can do like little stickers and things that pop up all throughout the video. So it's actually a really useful tool. I will say you need to practice and play with it a little bit, just like with anything else. But it's actually a remarkably good video editing app.
So you're saying shoot the video separately on your phone, just a regular camera on your phone, then go to TikTok and edit them like that on there?
Yep.
I didn't know that. I've been using Filmora or something like that.
Yeah, no, you can do it with TikTok. So I will just take like a photo of talking about myself or whatever in the kitchen, stop that video, do a new video someplace else, stop that video. And then in TikTok, I can put them all back to back and then edit each section so that like that piece where you're like looking at like the stop, you can cut that little like 2 seconds or whatever off the end of it. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, I love TikTok. Yeah, don't be afraid of this. It's fun. So anyway, so you would log in just like you, or create an account just like you would with anything else. Of course, you can watch other people's videos. There are a bunch of agents who are using TikTok regularly. You can do them in really silly kind of ways too, where you like have the music and like you just like point and then there'll be like a little bubble that pops up with something you want to say and point. So you don't have to be speaking necessarily, but get inspired by that. There are a bunch of agents who are really putting TikTok to good use. And it really doesn't matter, guys, like what age, what genre, like whatever. It's just you being you and using these resources to help you engage with your audience. And it's just fun. It's just good fun and people connect with that. Okay. So yeah, play with TikTok. I've done a couple of them myself. It was like some kind of background from some show. I guess it must have been like some drama reality show or whatever. And I was using it because it was like 2 neighbors like yelling at each other and saying all kinds of crazy things. So then it was just me pretending to not be nosy. So I'm out there like gardening and listening to the neighbors and I'm sweeping and trying to listen to the neighbors. And my catch line for the TikTok video was basically like, if quarantine has made you discover your neighbors are crazy, call me and I'll help you find a new home. So that was basically what I like pulled that together. So you can really get inspired and do some fun, cute, funny things. All right, so video chat apps for your phone or tablet. Guys, try to avoid just doing the phone calls and avoid just doing the texting back and forth, especially when we're talking about doing like consultations, even with like listing appointments for people who are like not in the state. If you need to have conversations back and forth, I strongly recommend that you do that in some kind of like face-to-face video app, whether that be Google Duo, Facebook Messenger app, FaceTime, or creating your own Zoom accounts or Google Meet, so that you guys can say, hey, let's get together, let's chat about this, especially in those instances where maybe you want to like be explaining offers that are coming in for your listing. If you have multiple offers and they're not available to do that in person, then do it on screen. Because then that way you can engage and see their facial reactions and help to, if they look confused, whatever. You really need those facial cues a lot of times with your clients, okay? So Google Duo, this would be for you Android users out there. This is how you would be doing your face-to-face calls. So it's a tablet, it's a phone app. You can search and download through your app store, invite your contacts through, and then to do the video call, you're just going to open the app and select one of your contacts. And there's a blue video call icon. Okay, so you can practice that with somebody else. Facebook Messenger also allows you to do video chatting with the people that you have access to. So that works on a computer with a camera, a tablet, or a phone. Again, search and download through the App Store. It's separate from the Facebook app. There's a separate Messenger app. And so you would search for your Facebook friends and click on that person and do a video call with them. Okay. This one, I believe Google Duo does also, but so does this, allows for conference calling too. It doesn't have to be like a one person. You can have multiple people in the call at the same time. Okay. Same thing with FaceTime. FaceTime is for Apple users. It's iOS app only. You're going to download that through your app store, go to the settings on your device, make sure FaceTime is turned on, and then you're just going to click on the person who also is an Apple user to do FaceTime. You can tell that on your phone because other Apple users are blue contacts and everybody who's Android or something else would be like a green type of messaging back and forth. So you will know through that contact type if FaceTime is even available. Okay. Of course, you do have the ability of doing screen share type things with Zoom. So I don't think you can screen share on any of the ones that we just talked about, but with Zoom you can. You guys can create your own Zoom accounts for free. The basic Zoom account is free and you get up to 40 minutes of time on a call, which you really shouldn't need more than that typically. If for whatever reason you wanted to go pro, that would allow you to have up to 100 attendees for an unlimited amount of time. The 40 minutes would be for multiple people. You have unlimited time if it's just like a one-on-one call with the basic Zoom. So just a thought there. Okay, but even if you wanted the pro, it's not that much. What I will tell you is if you decide to create your own Zoom account, do not use the homesale.com email address as your username. Okay, homesale.com email address is connected to the Home Sales Zoom account for all of our like classes and stuff. So it won't be right. It's going to be confusing. So do that with your own personal email. If you're going to set up that account, that doesn't get communicated to anybody. It's just your setup, your account setup that needs it. Okay, so that's your personal email account. Okay, and then of course Google Meet, which is not as part of this. It's too new to us that we haven't gotten it into the slides yet. But Google Meet is another option if you have a Google account. You can sync up your contacts and do a Google Meet with the same kind of screen share functionality. Okay. All right, so AdMaster virtual tours and YouTube videos. I'm just going to touch on this again. This is videos that the company has created for you, and just reminds you that if you want to access them, you would need to go to the AdMaster site. There is a button on the Home Sale Center for it, or you can search for it in the black bar, in the search bar on Home Sale Center. But you're going to log in using your email address and the last 4 digits of your office phone number. That's how you get into AdMaster. Okay, so that's where you're going to find your YouTube videos for your listings and the virtual tour. Now, what is critically important for you guys to know is that if you are trying to get your virtual tour for your MLS to put into the MLS, it cannot be the branded version. Okay, somebody just got slapped with a huge fine from Bright for doing that. It cannot be the branded version. You have to look for the unbranded link. But for everything else, social media or whatever else you want to use it for, sending it to your clients to show them what a great agent you're being, all of that stuff, that's fine. Then you can use the branded virtual tour, meaning it's got the broker name information and all that kind of stuff in it. Okay. All right, so best practices overall, just so that you guys are wrapping this up. Consistency is going to be super, super important. These videos and anything that you do, whether it be prospecting, whether it be Facebook, whatever kinds of activities that you're doing, always has to have a schedule or a routine. I will tell you that there are many agents who will do these like Fun Fact Fridays or Feature Fridays, and they'll do those things over and over again. And you'd be surprised how many times the audience actually starts to connect with that and starts to expect it. And then we've had some agents where like life gets crazy and they forget to post on a Friday, and all of a sudden everybody's on the page like, hey, what happened to the beach? Like, where are you at today? What was the restaurant you went to? Expecting that to happen, and it didn't. So you'd actually be surprised how many people are engaging and paying attention and you don't even realize it yet. So consistency is key. Create a schedule, create your routine, plan ahead what you want to do for weeks out, you know, which restaurants you want to go to, which events you're going to be at, like whatever you're doing, your market share videos. If you're going to do birthday videos, you do them ahead of time and save them so that they're all done and right there and ready to go. Also, check your stats. The joy of having a Facebook business page in some ways is that you can monitor the insights. So as you are posting things, it gives you feedback on like at what time did you post and how many people like really viewed that and saw that. So you can start to see like when you post things, when is a better time of the day versus others. So it's really interesting if you go and start diving into your previous posts, what that looks like. I will tell you, be cautious of your audio. People do not have patience to stick with a video that has terrible, terrible sound. All right. So there was one time an agent at the West York office had such a cute idea for a video, and she was out there, God love her, and the wind was whipping so hard that despite her kind of yelling at the camera because it was kind of back away from her a little bit, all I could hear was wind. And it was really frustrating. I was trying really hard to stick with it and listen, but the wind whipping was just like totally messing up the sound. When I've done videos before, it drives me crazy. I did a video for some promotion that we were doing about Loving Home Sale. And I swear to God, every time I went to go do a take, a semi would run by, like drive by using the Jake brakes and just like all this noise. And I'm like, oh my God, you're kidding me. I have to start all over again. The traffic, the motorcycles. I'm like, this is too much. So finally, after like 6-8 takes, I'm being eaten alive by mosquitoes. And I finally have the take that I can use that doesn't have bad audio in it. So that's not a live situation. That's a pre-recorded situation when you're not sure about your audio. So yeah, and you also want to scope out possible interruptions. Lawnmowers, for example, loud music, like people are out there just making noise. Greet your audience. There should always be a beginning. There should always be an ending. So say hello, thank you so much for watching or joining. It always helps to, here's a key. I know y'all, when you don't like doing videos, a lot of times it's because you hate that clip of yourself right at the beginning where you're like, you're making that weird face because you were like just about to start talking, or like it was catching you before you smiled and started talking. So you've got that like really dumb face as like the placeholder for the video. What I have learned to do and what I'm sharing with you guys is that before you even hit the start button, you're already like a weird dummy puppet with the smile. Already go with the smile, because then as soon as you hit the button and you're already smiling, this is the face that you get, right? So it's just much prettier than you being like, where's the button? And that's the face that it grabs, right? We don't want that. So smile first. And then of course you want to make sure you're getting straight to the point. The best room, the best feature, the main focus of your message, explain why you're doing this video to begin with, so that I myself as the audience decide whether I want to stick with you or not, or if I have time for this right now or not. So share kind of what you're going to cover, and then you can get into it. Okay, so that you don't want people to miss the value or the point because they don't want to stick around and wait for you to get to it. Does that make sense? Okay, so assignments for you guys to do, should you choose to accept them. I would love to see a candid video that you post on your social talking about why you love being a realtor and how you can help your clients, and then post that on social media. Some people will even make that like an announcement post on their business page, so that every new person who visits their Facebook business page gets this like introductory video about who I am, why I love doing this, and how I'm going to help you. Okay, Larry, you got something to add? No, you unmuted, so I wasn't sure.
I was going to ask you on, and you said about having pre-recorded messages like to send to some of your leads or customers like that on the phone. Mm-hmm. Like I got 4 commercial ads that kind of made up.
All right.
You can't, like, some of my contacts are only on regular text, mm-hmm. Messenger, and then it keeps telling you the file's too big, even though it's only like 30 seconds.
Yes.
Is there something you got to change?
I'm so glad that you asked that question. So in those instances where you are wanting to text videos, the way around that is to go into a text as if you're going to text somebody. So I would like pick up my phone, I would click Messenger, I would click Larry Snyder open, and I would do the video in the text. There's something about the sizing and the pixelation of it. When you're using your phone app, like your camera app, it's like a normal camera. But when you're doing it within the confines of the text, it changes the pixelation and the sizing and that kind of thing to make it more text friendly. So then that way, once I have recorded it there and sent it to the person, I can then save that particular video that I did for that person into my file to use it for others.
But what if you already got it made up? Like I made them I made 2 of them in Canvas.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do after that because they've already been recorded as full size videos, and 30 seconds is too long.
Take Messenger, no problem.
Yep, Messenger is good. Yep, but text has limitations. So unless it's like 10 seconds or less, pretty much, it won't text unless you're in the text. In the text, I can go on for many minutes because it changes the pixelation and the size of it.
Okay.
Yep. So you'll just have to re-record specific for text.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Those have to be short and sweet. Okay. So then also you can try sending a video text during your next prospecting session to anyone in your sphere of influence and try to make that part of your routine. So find those reasons to do a video text instead of just like your normal word texting situations. Oh, another thing that I really love to do, I did a video one time. You know how we do those items of value for you guys? Once a month, we have that PDF talking about whatever. Sometimes I'll get one of those and I'll be like, you know what, that would be really cool if I did that as a video. So if you were to ever mosey on over to my business page and go to my videos section, you will find I also did one like a couple of Februaries ago. We had one that said like 5 ways to fall in love with your home again. And as I was reading the suggestions, like, you know, give it a good deep clean, change the positioning of your furniture, et cetera, I thought that would actually be really cool if I acted it out or if I did it as a series of images. So I did. I basically took all of the programs that I had and I did like a bunch of my daughter went around the house and I basically was like pretending to push furniture and she snapped that photo. And I made my bed and she snapped that photo. And I even did a fun one where she snapped it of me like with my head in the toilet scrubbing, you know, because that's just me and I like to do something weird and silly in the middle of all the serious stuff. So it was those kinds of things. And then I basically started, I was able to voice over, which you can also do in TikTok, by the way, you can voice over all your images. So I read the item of value as my pictures were in place where I needed them to be. So it was really cool. Now, of course, it was a terrible video. I was just doing it for the benefit of my people I was coaching at the time. So my hair is not done, it was a mess. But the point was I got it done, I posted it and everybody could see it. And it was just really a cute way of connecting with my audience, talking about something that they would get and believe in, and it was kind of in a fun way. So think about those opportunities when you see stuff like that come. If it looks like it would be a fun video, do it as a video then and do the voiceover. Okay. But more importantly, determine an action plan of when you want to use video to communicate. Hopefully some of this inspired you and gave you some new fresh ideas on how to incorporate that into your businesses. And I hope that you do, because it does really make a big impact to your general audience on social media, as well as to your specific leads, clients, and sphere of influence audience. Okay, that is all I have for you today. Does anybody have any questions or fears I didn't get to talk about? No? How many of you guys are excited? Did you come up with something, some inspired at all a little bit?
Damn,
I'll see if I can't find some real estate in the Caribbean and do a video.
That would be awesome, that you could be like, wouldn't it be fun to live in these little pink houses in Nassau? Which, by the way, Nassau is only pretty just right there where the ships come in. I've been to the rest of it. It's not that great.
Yeah. Yeah. Beyond the market, it's nothing.
Nothing is bad. Yeah, nothing's back there. Yeah. Larry, do you have something to add?
I'll just say a lot of people are worried about doing videos because they ain't used to hearing their own voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned, you were talking about the wind noise.
Yes.
So I did some research on it and I got, it's a little, those little lapel microphones that actually,
Yes.
it's got a long cord.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they've tested it outside in the wind and everything else, and it does not, it blocks all the noise but your voice.
That would have been really helpful as I was getting eaten alive by mosquitoes that day.
Yep.
Would have been helpful. Also, sometimes these like earbuds and the ones that aren't wired also will sometimes have like noise canceling features in it too. Some of them are stronger than others, so you might want to think about that also. Yeah.
So I said,
Okay.
I made a silly one. You might find it eventually if you look hard enough.
I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be checking you out,
I
Larry.
was sitting here and I thought, I got to do something that I put
You
down.
are the biggest surprise of my afternoon, that you're doing TikTok videos and the likes.
I did this one. It says something. It was just a short thing, and that was doing basically for TikTok. It was like, after all the paperwork's done, and all, well, I forget what else I said. I said, you throw the pen in the air, and I got up and there's music playing. I was dancing away. And then I go back down, and then you go back to being professional.
I love it. That's the kind of stuff that people love. And that would be the kind of thing that I would want to post on my personal page, because it's not all like serious real estate stuff. It's just like Larry being fun.
Yeah, it's being
People will
fun.
engage with that. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, go forth and video on then. I can't wait to see what y'all come up with. Have a great afternoon. Bye, guys.
So.